Okay, welcome to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit artsy. What we're going to be doing is making a glass curtain type thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep the default cube. I'm just going to scale this down just a little bit. I'll get the key, pinky my bobs on, screen keys. There we go, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, so yeah, make your cube flat, go into side view by pressing 1 on the number pad. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a cylinder to our piece. What I'm going to do, I'm going to split the screen so you guys can see what's going on, so that you've got a side view and then you've got like a regular view kind of thing. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to scale this down. And then I'm just going to scale this up. So what you're going to want to do with this piece as well is you're going to want to make a material pretty much straight away so that the material is consistent throughout. I mean, I know that you can make materials consistent throughout, but it's just going to be easier for this particular project. So we're going to click New for Materials. Materials tab is right down here. And we are going to go to glass, BSDF. Make sure that your render engine right up here is in cycles, because this is a cycles tutorial. So now we can see that we've got this kind of glass rod going on. So what we're going to do is go back to material. We're going to turn the roughness down so it's got some sort of clearness. I mean, you can make it a little bit rough if you want to. That's totally up to you. Your projects, whatever you want to do. Okay, so from this point on, we can see that the glass rod is going through the default cube. So we're just going to press G, and we're just going to move it across so that it's right in front, so we can see it on this screen right here. All right, so I'm just going to press N just to get rid of that. Press S to just scale it down a little bit. Now at this point, this is a little bit too thin for me, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scale it down just by here. So what we're going to do, we're going to press G, just put it outside of the box just for now, and then press this will be our default kind of tubing, our little default glass tube. So what we want to do is we want to duplicate this default glass tube, and then we can use the duplicates to make the art pattern, and if we make a mistake we've always got the default that's at the side. So Shift D to duplicate. And this is going to be our canvas. So what we want to do, we want to get all these glass rods within this canvas. So I'm just going to shrink this one down. I'm going to rotate it just slightly. And then all we're going to do, I mean, you can look at this from the side view as well. If you want to layer them or you want them to actually interact and kind of clash together, it's totally up to you. For me, I like to kind of layer them a little bit. So, yeah. I'll just show you that right now. I'm just going to go on X-ray view just here. Right, it's okay. We got our first glass rod. What we're going to do, we're going to go to Shift D, duplicate. Just bring it over. Don't go outside of this box. Shift D, duplicate. Shift D again. Maybe I'll have some for this. I want to make it a little bit funky, so I'm just going to rotate this a little bit. Now you can see these vertices are interacting right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this one forward so it looks like it's just stacked on top. So something else that you can also notice as well is that these objects right now aren't smooth. So you can go ahead and smooth them out if you want to. So you just right click and then shade smooth. And then just right click and shade smooth, right click, shade smooth. So now we want to go and take this. And I'm just going to duplicate again. And maybe bring this over just to here. And then I'm going to do duplicate again. But then I'm going to rotate this into a different direction. So it's kind of really funky kind of looking. And then I'm just going to bring it out again, so these don't clash. It's better to layer these, really, as you're doing them, Just make sure that you're keeping them roughly on the canvas. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this up again. Maybe move this across. Okay. Yeah, so we got those ones going on. So then we can just layer this. I mean, you can put these wherever you'd like. So I'm gonna go for Shift D again, duplicates, rotate. Maybe we'll have them going this way this time. Just pull it out a little bit, and then we can place them as such where we need them to be. So Shift D, duplicate. We go Shift D again. Bring this one over so it's right in the corner. So it's kind of got this like crazy kind of pattern going on where there's not really much of a pattern, but you can kind of see what's going on, yeah? So I'm just going to duplicate these background ones again. Just kind of give it some structure. And each one of these rods is the exact same height and weight. Let's see. You can mess around with this as much as you want. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're going to do is remove the default cube off the back, and now we've got this kind of funky pattern going on. If I press the render, you can kind of see the glass shade coming through right here. So what we want to do is we want to make this into kind of a curtain. So what we're going to do is just remove your default one, delete it, select everything. We're going to go Shift D, move it down, and you notice that the squares just on the side here. So I mean, you can put this really anywhere. And then we're going to go Shift D, just duplicate it across. You can flip these as well if you wanted to. You can do mirror. So they've kind of got this different pattern going on. So just right click. You can turn them upside down, flip them round, whatever like that. And then we're just going to duplicate those ones, and then just continue Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. For how many ever you want, or how big you want it. So we now have this kind of glass curtain going on. This kind of artsy glass curtain. And I'm just going to render this out. You see we got it there. Right, I'm just going to add a plane in here. Scale that up so you guys can see it a little better. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the lights. So I just move this to the side right here so you guys can see. Yeah, I'm going to delete that light. I'm going to get in some different lights in here. I like to use emissions. Emissions are great for this. Just scale this up. G to move it, and we're going to go to materials tab, go for emission, and then you can change the colour of the emission. So I'm going to go with blue. Just rotate this in. And then from this camera angle you can see that you've kind of got this haze of blue going on. So I don't think that's strong enough for what we need it for, but there you go. You've got this kind of haze around the glass now. You can put little struts in between if you like as well. This is just a rough example, so I'm going to put some other lighting on here as well, just so that you can see what we're kind of working with here. Just turn that around, pull that back there. Alright, so to make this one a different shade, a different colour, go to edit mode, press plus on the side with the materials tab, click assign, and then we're going to go emission, and then maybe we'll make this one pink. I don't know. Just come back to the glass design. Just pull this pink up a little bit. And now we kind of got this kind of off purple going on. So yeah, this is just basic artsy kind of wall divide, curtain divide, if you will, that uses glass. You can use different colour lightings with this, different structures with this, just generally play around with it. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you some nice neat little tricks with glass. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like, subscribe, give me a follow on Facebook if you're there. TikTok, I believe, is taking some of my projects on, so you know, give me a follow on there if you will. I'll see you in the next one.